Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Aries. So, Aries, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So, Aries, it feels like your reading is a continuation from the very encrypted message that I did for Pisces. But it feels like in this case, Aries, you are the one helping somebody to decode a message that they just can't seem to figure out what is the answer or what is the path for them. It feels like you bring a solution, you bring an insight, you bring something that just illuminates their mind, and they are learning by example, which is the fascinating thing here, which changes a lot for this person that you're helping, which it seems like whether or not they are closely related to you or just a good friend or a partner in business or somebody that it's like you just know, but you don't have like a close connection. I do feel like in this case, they're going to resonate with you and they're going to be so deeply grateful for the big lesson or the big opening of the mind that you're doing here for them, right? By it's like being it's like you are being the mirror for them to see what they couldn't see before, right? So that could just bring you closer, at least in the vision of this other person, right? Maybe not exactly for you, maybe just because you just don't feel it's like you don't need to reiterate what you it's like how you cherish them or how you care for them, otherwise you wouldn't be helping them. But in this case it feels like it's all very subtle from your part, but they get it. It's like they seem to get it, and you're happy about it because you're bringing the energy of this Queen of Wands, which is very joyful and very creative and very inspiring. But you're happy because it's like you seem to be reading in between the lines how they're actually getting your own help. So what happens before, even you begin exchanging or it's like sharing with them your own knowledge, your own idea, it feels like you yourself receive an insight, right? Because what I was receiving from this card was this aha moment. It's like, okay, I figured this out. I know how I can help them, because it is this very subtle help because it's the star, but it's almost like you're going to help them more than they can imagine, because it's like healing them in a big way. But there's also a practical side of things because they understand practical. It's like this is their language, right? It's like they are very practical, they're very objective, they're very pragmatic. They're coming through as the King of Pentacles. What you know that you're going to give to them is the star, which is the ultimate healing. But it's coming through as like this instant knowingness, almost like seeing this shooting star, right? It's like this image of like this aha moment, this epiphany that is coming to you, and you figuring out how you can access them in their practical realm, right? With their mind in the physical, in this earthly realm. But you know that it's like how you can actually help them is if you crack the code for them in a very subtle way, because it's almost like their issue is not in the practical, right? Because they are showing up as the King of Pentacles, therefore they are good in that sense, right? It's like they are a very successful professional. They have achieved, a big deal of just like, great things in their lives, right? So it's like it's a successful, established person. So it's not exactly in this realm that you're going to help them with, right? It's not like by lending money or anything like that, but you're going to give them by an example that's showing up next, later on, um, how you can, in a very creative way, heal something in this more subtle atmosphere, this subtle etheric realm, which they are not privy to because their mind is confused, right? They're coming with the energy of the Seven of Swords. So, and it's like in a practical way, their lives are figured out, right? It's like they are successful. but in a mental space or in a spiritual way, they seem to be a little bit confused because it's interesting because the Seven of Swords came up in the extended for Pisces, and it was talking about like this liberation of packages of like how do I say, like distorted frequency for the cells. And in releasing these packages of distortion, it's like the cells of the body could reprogram or could replenish with love instead of fear, right? And so that's what they need, right? They need to release this package of distortion, package of fear frequency, but it's almost like they don't see it. It's like they cannot resolve their issue because they're not seeing what the problem is. So if they don't identify what the issue is, then they are not going to be able to overcome it in a sense, right? They're seeing it with a very pragmatic way, right? It's like a point of view that is very 3D, right? And you're bringing the star. It's like this is your shooting star, this is your epiphany, this is your aha moment where you crack the code from the mysteries of the universe, the mysteries of the cosmos. It's like, how do you get to a person, how do you help a person that is too closely attached to the earth, and they know that they have an issue but they cannot seem to identify it because they are not allowing their mind to expand enough to see the core issue, right? And even to receive the solution like you are open to. So because you're open to this solution, it seems like you also receive kind of like this very encoded message, right? To bring forth the message from the message within the message from the Pisces reading. So you, Aries, are bringing the solution to a person that could use it, right? Because they seem to be confused by their own mind and they're not seeing, right? But how do you do so? It feels, it's almost like it's a puzzle to them, right? I'm seeing this as like a those cartoons where the it's like one of the characters, they bang their head and it's like their mind is spinning, right? This is how I'm seeing this person. It's like maybe they have an issue, and maybe even in the practical, right? Because it's almost like a translation of something that is it's like it's formless to something that arrives in a realm that they can see, that they can understand, right? And maybe this is also part of your guidance. It's like, how do you make them see something that it's just out of you for them right now, right? And that's the reason why it's an issue in the first place, because they're not even seeing it. But the moment that they see it, it's almost like it's just like seeing a shooting star, right? It's like you have to be looking at the sky so that you could see the shooting stars. Like they're not looking at the sky, they're not looking at the issue, therefore they're not going to see the solution, right? It's almost like they don't even know that they are banging their heads, right? So you see it and you know that you're able to help them. So, but it's like you have to figure out also a way to do so in a way that they are going to perceive it. And I feel like you find a way, maybe because it's like the shooting star that maybe you were looking for, right? It's like the way that you were looking for to helping them. It's like it's finally here. It's like this epiphany that you received that now you're going to pass on, because underneath, well, let me, underneath the star, it's the sun. So it's like here you have, it's almost like you have to just play with them, you have to just take them on a fun play date, right? If that makes sense. So it's like they need to enjoy maybe using their resources, just to connect with the message also that what was a reading, I can't remember, like there was a reading that was talking about like how to use the abundance, like learning how to use the abundance, learning how to manage the abundance. It's like, and but doing so with like the playfulness. There was a message what was the one that was before the Aquarius? I think it was the Capricorn that was talking about like being playful. It's like learning how to be playful. Anyways, it's all here, right? It's also like this continuation of like decoding like the message within the message. It's like it's encrypted in many different readings now, but it seems like you are the one, Aries, right? Like starting the zodiac, it's like you're the one that seems to be figuring out, because there is somebody that you know that you can help, that can it's like it could very well use your advice, because it's like it would just light them up, right? This is also the card, the sun, right? It's like the card that talks about like unlocking something that just brings illumination, right? Talking about like the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe they didn't even know that they were stuck in the tunnel, right? Because it's like they were, it's like their mind is so pragmatic, is so it's almost like it's so based in this earthly reality that they cannot perceive the, like where they are essentially, right? But it's like you looking to the stars, it's like you see the shooting star that gives you the epiphany, and then it's like you know what you have to do. It's like what is the direction of their focus, or it's like how are you going to, I'm seeing this as a beacon of light, right? It's like you choose, it's like you can, in a playful way, you can help them focus their attention, right? Elsewhere, right? Because it seems like right now it's very 3D. It's very on like the material side of things. But once you, it's like once you take them to just play and enjoy and just, you know, have fun, it's almost like their minds is, it's like it's just going to uh go elsewhere. It's like it's going to go to a more it's interesting because the sun is, it's talking about like this inner focus, but also like an outer focus, because the sun is illuminating the outdoors, right? So maybe like a play date on, you know, somewhere in nature, right? Just enjoying the outdoors. um and it's almost like you're going to teach by example, remember, because this is how you're going to, in a very subtle way, pass on this guidance that you're receiving, this insight that you're receiving, and how you're going to help them heal, right? Because the lovers is coming next. And this is where I'm seeing like this connection, this bond. But most of all, it's not a matter of being intimate or not. It's a matter of being the example, being the mirror. It's like so that they can see their own light, right? So maybe to realize that they, it's like that they were struggling, that they were in this dark tunnel of, you know, confusion and not seeing beyond, right? Or further. But it's like you seem to shine a light in a perception, in a way of seeing reality that really shifts for them, because you're serving as the example. So it's almost like, you know, in a very fun date, right? It's like, you know, just it's like you're inviting them for something that it's not business related, it's not routine, it's something fun, right? It's out of the norm, it's out of the ordinary, so that they can see themselves in another light. And so when they see themselves, it's almost like they are thankful to you. It's like they see you, but they also see themselves. It's like they can see how they are with you in this other context, in this other circumstance. So, and that they love it, right? It's like they love who they are. It's like they love who you are for your spontaneity. They love who you are for showing them that they can also be spontaneous and playful. So it's almost like this beautiful just reflection, right? It's like they see now their potential. They see now how it's like they were missing out on the fun, right? Of, you know, being this wealthy person, this successful person. But it's almost like if they didn't know how to use the resources that they have worked for, it's like it wouldn't be fun. And now they know that it can be fun, right? And here they just want to play. It's almost like they're, you know, just it's like this retrieval or of their childhood, that it's not exactly like a lost childhood, although that's what I heard. The page of wands, it's kind of like the, it's almost like it's a stage that you've been through, but your essence is the same. You see how you're, it's like this is how they're seeing themselves now, right? And they are inspired by you, because it's like you have matured, but you never let that flame um lesson or be shut down, right? It's like you have always fed that energy, that optimism, that playfulness, that joy, right? And so now they are inspired to, it's like to focus in this realm for them. It's like they want to have fun, they want to keep this light turned on, right? Because you're the inspirational mirror to them. It's like you're the one that by example is showing them that they can also be this, that they can also shine their light, that they can also be this beautiful playful being, right? Even though it's like this is an underdeveloped area for them, right? It's like they are retrieving the sense of like just playing as a kid, right, and having fun as a child. So there is this retrieval, and I want to say, because the bottom of the deck card is the Eight of Wands. It's interesting because I feel like in a very quick way they realize that this is what they want, right? That they couldn't figure out by themselves, but thanks to you, because you are in a very humble way showing them through love, right? It's like, but also it's not like this interested love in wanting to receive something back. It's the pure love of helping a friend that you know that could use this help, right? Because these energies are all lined up like this, right? So you showing up as the Queen of Wands, them as the King of Pentacles, and the culmination in a sense being the lovers. So it's like you are here on top, right? This top heart showing them how they're also able to pursue the same path, right? Have the same sort of it's almost like this energetic upgrade, right? It's like this maturity in terms of energy and things that are subtle, things that require looking up to the night sky so that you get to see the shooting star, right? Otherwise the shooting stars will just pass by, and you wouldn't be able to see them. So this is what you're showing them. It's almost like, let's just chase shooting stars, right? But it doesn't require just it's like this one thing. It's not just this one thing. That's the thing. Uh it's not a formula, right? It's not like this one tool. It's not just this one thing that is going to do the trick for them to figure out. It's almost like this sense of totality, right? It's like something that shows them that wherever they look towards, right? Because it's showing the 360-degree type of vision. So it's like this complete vision of like every single possibility that it's like it's just this, it's like a new set of eyes, right? It's like just this curious page of wands, right? It's now being instigated in them. It's now being inspired so that they can search for this. So again, it's not just seeing the shooting star, right? Or it's not just one thing. It's not just one date. It's more like okay, so now that them saying to you, it's not like this has to end, right? It's like, yes, the day is like ending, right? The sun is setting, but can we just like, it's almost like they want to be with you, right? That's the reason why it's like they appreciate you more than you can, maybe more than they can express. And you, because you know that what you're truly doing, it's like it's beyond what they can perceive now. So their gratitude, right, and their desire to do this more, it's going to be kind of like the evidence that yes, you have cracked this code, yes, you have figured out a way to help them see beyond what they could see before, right? So it's like there is a shift in there in a very quick way. I want to say with the Eight of Wands at the bottom, it's like in a very quick way, it's like yes, you can see like this drastic change, and then from then on it's like it will be repeated. It's almost like they will want to do it again, right? Day after day after day. It's almost like this is just igniting something in them that they have just remembered or figured out or reconnected with. So you're the example, and that's amazing because it's just like it's just joyful. It's like you're joyous for them. You're just like happy to see them happy, if that makes sense, right? It's like this mirror effect, right? It's like you're happy and then they're happy and then you're happy because they're happy, and it's never ending. It's gorgeous. um so Aries, I am going to pull more cards for you in the extended, and also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes. So if you want to join me there, I will be very, very happy to see you there. You can find link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Bye.